Do you know someone named Shannon?
Yes.
Can you read for the jury the caption? And what is your relationship like, if any, with him?
Now?
Let's talk about before now.
Oh, we're cool.
And then is there a hashtag?
Hashtag no slime left behind. Hashtag 2Bs.
Are you still cool now?
I don't know him right now. He's been locked up for a couple of years.
And is there another hashtag?
Free quay.
It was not intentional because we clearly...
Okay, but it was sloppy because I presume he's reading from the document that you handed him instead of reading from the screen.
I had a question.
Do you need to talk to your lawyer?
No, I'm just trying to see. I ain't supposed to say that or something. Well,
Don't worry about it. Just move on to the next question.
all right.
If you're new, make sure y'all hit that notification bell, that like, share, comment, and subscribe. Grab a seat. We finna dig deep. What's up, YouTube family? Welcome back to the channel. Man, oh man, we got to talk about this Young Thug YSL RICO trial. Now today, things just went left when another witness just came up on the stand for the state. And man, did the state get sloppy and almost cause a mistrial for the case? Before we dig deep, y'all make sure y'all tap that notification bell so you get the drop whenever we drop. Subscribe to the channel and definitely tap that like button. Whether you're a fan of the case, the state, or just Young Thug and YSL, tap that like button. Y'all ready? Let's dig. Now, the state has definitely been sloppy with the actual witness as they've been taking the stand. But interesting, we went on to 2 witnesses today, and man, they should have actually stopped before they even started. Now, ironically, we actually got another YSL defendant that actually took a plea from the state that actually just came up and almost destroyed the state's case. But is the state actually being sloppy with the case? Or was this really just another honest mistake from the state? Let's dig.
Winnie Lee, W-U-N-I-E. Last name Lee, L-E.
And good afternoon. How old are you?
25.
And are you employed?
Yes.
What do you do for work?
Music.
And when you say you do music, what do you mean?
I make music.
What type of music do you make?
Hip hop. Hip hop.
Do you have a name that you perform under?
Slime Life. Slime Life Shouter.
Okay. As you were growing up in the Cleveland Avenue area, did you ever hear of a gang called Roc Crew?
I heard of it growing up. I didn't know if it was a gang or what it was, but yeah, I know what it is.
And how did you know about Roc Crew?
Because they had popular songs.
What were some of their songs that they had that were popular?
I don't know by heart right now. I just knew like there was music back then.
Do you know who were some of the artists who were with Roc Crew?
One of them, Big Boo. It was some younger people too, like my friends and stuff.
Who were some of the younger people?
They locked up or dead.
Now, did there come a time when you were younger that some members of Roc Crew began calling themselves YSL?
Mm-hmm.
You said, mm-hmm.
You asking me that, or you what?
I'm asking you.
Can you say it again?
Sure. As you got older, were there members of Roc Crew who then became members of YSL?
Yes.
Who were those some of those individuals?
Everybody, because YSL music took off and Roc Crew music died, or just I don't know. Boo got old, so I don't know.
So who are some of these people? You're saying everybody. So who's the everybody who was a part of the music?
Basically, everybody from my neighborhood.
So everybody from your neighborhood was doing music?
There's a lot of people doing music from my neighborhood though, but not everybody was doing music though. I'm just saying like everybody in the whole, all the people that were rapping or doing music or supported the music was on some YSL stuff now. Like wasn't rapping Roc Crew or under that name.
Okay. So tell me some of the people that we're talking about.
Me, myself.
Okay.
My friends who I just told you about. Jeffrey. I can't think of everybody's name.
And what does YSL stand for?
It has multiple meanings.
Tell me some of the meanings.
Say it has multiple meanings, definitions, or what it stands for.
So tell me some of the meanings.
Young stoner life, young slime life, young successful lifestyle. I think that's all I can remember right now.
In my opinion, Wanted Lee is actually one of the most interesting persons that actually took a plea from the state outside of the ones that we've seen on the trial. Reason being is that this defendant is actually just another defendant that's actually guilty by association. Slime Life shouting. Okay. Now, as you see, the state did come out directly playing on verbiage, trying to lead with the most impactful information. But here is where sloppiness over preparation might be the problem. Let's dig.
So let's talk about young stoner life.
Mm-hmm.
When do you distinguish between young stoner life, young slime life, and young successful lifestyle?
You said when? Did I?
Yeah, how do you distinguish between the two? When do you use young stoner life versus young slime life?
Slime part is just like the lingo of it. Like, we'll just call each other or something. You wouldn't call your friend or something like, Stoner, what's up, Stoner? We just say like, what's up, Slime or something. So that's how I think young slime life is used. Young stoner life, from what I know, was I'm just say like a way of life as far as music. I mean, not the music, but like getting high, or like a hippie, or I don't know.
And outside of the music, is YSL a gang?
You said outside of the music?
Yes, sir.
Some people treat it like that.
What do you treat it as?
I treated it that way before.
You treated it as a gang before?
Yeah.
When did you stop treating it as a gang?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know.
You said you don't remember. And when you say you treated it as a gang, what do you mean?
I don't really know. I never thought about that. I don't know how to answer that.
How old were you when you joined YSL, the gang?
Can you tell me what you mean by like join? Like, are you talking about?
What would you consider joining?
I'm saying like, do you mean join like, because you know like to get in the gang, you join the gang, like you get beat up or something like that.
How did you become a member of YSL?
My music got popping and I became a known face in my neighborhood, and I started coming around and going to studios and stuff.
So was that how you became a part of the gang YSL, or that's how you became affiliated with the music of YSL?
I'm gonna say that's how I became affiliate of the music of YSL. But as far as joining a gang or something like that, I never like joined. We just all grew up together. There was no time to join or when I joined. We just all know each other from school and grew up together and stuff like that. But I mean, I came around like I forgot, was 2019 or 18, one of those years, when I came around as far as like officially being YSL.
How do you become officially YSL?
Just coming around more and rapping.
Is everyone that is affiliated with, and I'm talking specifically the gang YSL, rappers?
Some people.
But not everyone?
Some people rap. A lot of people rap, but everybody doesn't take it serious. Some people just rap just because they want to rap, because they want to follow the trend.
I definitely understand that, but I want to ask specifically, is everyone who's a part of YSL a gang trying to rap or rappers?
Can you say it again?
Sure. Is everyone who is a part of YSL the gang rapping or try to be rappers?
I don't know. I think so. Everybody try to rap.
Is there anyone in YSL, the gang, who's not trying to rap?
Yeah.
So we had to dig deep right here. Now it's interesting, as you see, that whole piece was all about verbiage. The way that she played on words, the way that he played on words. Man, one thing he did definitely do was confirm that YSL was a gang. But then again, on the flip side of that, is it even illegal to actually be in a gang? Now, he is actually up here speaking his truth, so you can't say that he's up here playing on the stand at this point. One moment you might think that he's too smart for his own good, or has he actually just been paying attention and understands what's actually understood? Let's dig.
Okay.
Now I'm going to ask if you know a few people, okay? Do you know Marquavius Huey?
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you know him?
I didn't know his real name until this trial, but how do I know him? Me and his little brother went to school together. Me and his little brother was in the same class. And I always just knew he got a big brother named Quay.
And sorry.
And seen him a couple times, stuff like that.
And is that what you called him, Quay?
Yeah, I think that's what his name used to be back then.
And you said you went to school with his little brother. Do you know how old he is, Quay?
Quay, how old he is?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Did you ever used to hang out with Quay
When?
at any time?
Not growing up. He came to the studio with me a couple times. That's it. We never hung out outside of the studio.
When did you start seeing him around the studio? About, if we're in 2024, how long ago was that?
I don't know. I can't remember the exact date.
And do you see him in the courtroom today?
Yeah.
Okay. If you could just identify him by article of clothing he's wearing.
You said identify what?
Identify him by article of clothing he's wearing.
He next to the lawyer with the brown. I think he got on brown too.
Okay. Thank you. Your Honor, let the record reflect that he's identified Mr. Huey.
Yes, they reflect.
Do you know another individual by the name of Quamarvius Nichols?
Yeah.
Or another Quay?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Is that yes?
Yes.
And how do you know, how long have you known Quay?
I knew him longer, I think, since I was a kid. We didn't hang though, but I just knew who he was. I was younger than him though.
Okay. Your Honor, let the record reflect that he's identified
It's really not, that could be a couple of different people.
There's two lawyers right there. He right there, and there's a lady next to him on the left side of him.
Right now, let the record
All
reflect.
right, it'll say reflect.
Do you know someone named Shannon?
Yes.
And do you call him Shannon?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you call him anything else or just Shannon?
I think I just say Shannon. I don't know.
How long have you known Shannon?
I don't remember. I don't remember when I met him.
Is it longer than you've known Quay, the two Quays?
No.
Shorter than that.
Yeah.
And what is your relationship like, if any, with him?
Now?
Let's talk about before now.
Oh, we're cool.
Are you still cool now?
I don't know him right now. He's been locked up for a couple years. Well, I ain't supposed to say that.
Disregard.
This was the moment that turned the trial around. Now, what's interesting is, yes, there was a few things that actually just went down with this whole situation from this witness. Now, the first thing that I want to make sure we go back and that we don't miss is that when she had this witness actually identifying who was in the courtroom, the judge did try to lean in with the assist, letting her know right then and there that, hey, he's not positively identified when she was distinguishing the difference between the two quays. Right there, the judge did try to help the state with an assist. If you slowly go back and look, she was actually looking at the prosecutor because the judge already knew she was headed down the wrong path. Now, the second thing was, when this witness just said that he was locked up, man, did the state actually lead that witness into that actual question? Did they get the answer that they were looking for? Or did that witness actually just purposely drop that answer? Now, it's interesting to me because right now you can't really tell who's playing who, but the state is definitely fumbling the bag. Now, it gets actually even more interesting as we go forward because, again, the judge already tried to come in with the assist because a lot of people didn't understand why she got upset later. But if you caught that piece of verbiage, if you got to listen, the judge tried to help them earlier before he even got to that point. But they missed it, went right over their head. Let's dig.
And just listen to the question that I ask you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you know someone by the name of Yak?
Yes.
How long?
I got a question.
Do you need to talk to your lawyer?
No, I'm just trying to see. I ain't supposed to say that or something. Why?
Don't worry about it. Just move on to the next question.
All right.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as 37 and admitted, excuse
Oh,
me.
that was my mixtape name. That's why he put the hashtag. He was supporting my mixtape.
Your mixtape was No Slime Left Behind.
Yes.
What made you name your mixtape No Slime Left Behind?
Like the No Child Left Behind thing that's, in school.
Okay.
I just named it that. No Slime Left Behind.
And when you were talking about slime, who were you referencing anyone particular?
No, not nobody in particular. No. I just wanted to be different. I just named it that.
Who is in 37 NN?
OG Boo. OG Boo.
And who is that?
Shannon.
All right. And can you read for the jury the caption?
Read his caption.
Yes.
Said, ain't nothing more compatible than a trench. A carbon while in the trenches.
And then is there a hashtag?
Hashtag no slime left behind. Hashtag 2Bs. Life size.
And is there another hashtag?
Free quay.
Dig. Now this is just another pure example of pure sloppiness from the state. Now, the state and the defense have definitely been going back and forth over what should be displayed in front of the jury when it comes to this exhibit. Now the state, to be fair, did go in and actually fix this actual exhibit. But why would you keep the one that's fixed and give the unfixed version to the witness? Make that make sense. Now, even more interesting, as the witness actually starts reading from the actual document or the exhibit, what happens? What do we realize? It's not one version, but two. Is that not a repeated pattern of behaviors? Did we not see that with some of these witnesses that took the pleas? Why is it always something different when it comes to the state? Why is it always another version versus the other version? Make that make sense. Now, this wasn't just a minor slip up. This is actually a major slip up that might result in a mistrial coming to this case. But in my personal opinion, I feel like this might be in control of the state. Now, the state is going to do everything they can to actually still continue to push this case. But ask yourself, how many more times can we just have an honest mistake? Let's dig.
Is there another hashtag on the screen?
Oh, no.
Your Honor.
It's in this paper
Your
right here.
Honor.
You got me reading.
Your Honor, Your Honor, we're making a motion for mistrial on behalf of Mr. Nichols. We're not going to be able to unring this bell. Your Honor, this is the exact same issue that while we were at the bench, I brought it up. It was Exhibit 37NN that there was a hashtag on that exhibit that said free quay, which would definitely indicate to the jury that quay, has spent time in jail or in prison. The state agreed. We stipulated that they would redact it. And then the state presented, I guess, to the witness the unredacted version, didn't prep him to not comment on it, and he did. And Your Honor, before we had the opportunity for you to preside over us, this happened already again. And I made a motion for mistrial. Now it's happened again. So now the jury has repeatedly heard about Mr. Nichols being in jail, being in prison, and you cannot unring that bell. We would ask for it.
Apparently 80% of auto insurance payments go straight.
It's happened again. So now the jury has repeatedly heard about Mr. Nichols being in jail, being in prison, and you cannot unring that bell. We would ask for mistrial.
Your Honor, Sergeant Matthews for Mr. Marquavius Huey. We join in that motion for mistrial. And what's important for this court to know is that 45 minutes ago, there had been a reference to a person being in jail. Now, this witness has identified Marquavius Huey and has also identified Marquavius Nichols. So all the state had to do was ask this honorable court for an opportunity to have this witness maybe step out of the courtroom and go over with that witness that, we don't need to say anything about someone in jail, what have you. That did not happen before he went on the stand, nor after that first slip up by this witness. There may have even been a document right there on the witness stand that should have been pulled from the state of Georgia from that witness stand so that this could have been avoided. So, Your Honor, we are joining in that motion as well.
Oh, hang on. It's all right. You just didn't know, but we'll let you know when to come back in, okay?
So we join in that motion, Your Honor.
Your Honor, and I just want to briefly add that it is painfully obvious that the state is not prepping their witnesses. You can tell by the way when the witness spoke the first time and he said, oops, am I not supposed to say that? Like, oh, I had no idea, which makes it obvious that the state had not spoke to him, had not prepped them, and this has happened repeatedly. It's happening over and over again, Your Honor, and we're just not going to be able to unring 100 bells.
And finally, Your Honor, Mr. Marquavius Huey, it's been established that that his nickname is Quay.
Okay. Isn't there going to be, we talked today about, isn't there going to be a stipulation that references to Quay, at least at some points, are not either Mr. Nichols or Mr. Huey? We did.
Yes, Your Honor, and that's a few things. So one, Your Honor, it was not intentional because we clearly...
Okay, but it was sloppy because I presume he's reading from the document that you handed him instead of reading from the screen.
And we should have instructed him to read from the screen, but...
Or you should have presented him with a document that had that part redacted.
issue-
It's just... sloppy.
The issue came while he was on the stand, Your Honor. So the issue did not come prior to. Ms. Westmoreland walked up to me while he was on the stand and said, "I'm going to have an issue with that. Can you redact it?" That is when the state became aware.
Then it should have occurred to you, you know what? I'm handing him a hard copy of this document that is unredacted.
But not if there's multiple quays, Your Honor. If I don't know which quay that.
Hang on. Can we stop having people come in and out when I've asked the witness to step out and every time the door opens, they can hear what we're talking about? Please, just for a few seconds. I'm not asking anybody who's in here to leave. God have mercy, Gil. Huh?
And so that is the point in which we learned of it is we redacted it on here. Ms. Westmoreland brought it up here.
Yeah,
when
and you didn't read it. I mean, so the
But
jury didn't see it, but now the jury has heard it. I don't think it is really that, much of a crisis because there is going to be this stipulation that quay is not always either of these defendants. So, nor is it obvious to everybody that free whomever is such a quote about who knows, everything these days. And so it doesn't necessarily indicate that whomever quay spent time in jail or in custody or in prison or anything. I mean, they say it about, Hollywood stars who are in a breakup. It's not so obviously, oh, this must mean this person was in prison. But also we were already saying quay isn't either of these people. So let's just, and whether this was one of these people or I don't even know who it did refer to.
And we don't know because it's not his post. He was reading someone else's post. So it could be a multitude of quays.
You talked to his attorney earlier, right?
Yes.
And did you get any kind of an indication? I don't know if this was one of the things you were going to, but it's an issue now. And you said before lunch that you were going to ask Mr. Rubin.
Yes, we did ask.
Do you know at this point whether the free quay referenced, this wasn't even his post, was it?
It wasn't. And it wasn't an issue until Ms. West. So when I talked to Mr. Rubin at lunchtime, this wasn't something I was going to address with him because it wasn't I did not realize it was an issue. Mr. Rubin found out for me that Slack Quay is not either of these two quays.
Okay, but this isn't Slack Quay. This is just quay.
Right.
I know. So.
Now, as you see, the defense definitely didn't hold back. As soon as that quote, free quay, was read aloud, the courtroom atmosphere definitely shifted. Now, the defense went hard, pointing out the fact that the state was supposed to fix these documents, but why did they give the witness the actual documents that weren't fixed? Now, the judges actually already warned them, and they had warning after warning. But with the history and pattern of actions from the state, ask yourself, was this just another honest mistake? Or will it be the mistake to actually cost the state their case? Now, the big question everyone should be asking is, did the state actually do this on purpose? Did they just intentionally not correct the document or give the witness the one that wasn't corrected? Or was this just an example of extreme negligence? Either way, it's a massive mistake. After being warned by the judge and failing to take the action, is the state actually finally in hot water where they could actually jeopardize this case? Or was this just another calculated play from the state? Is it ironic that the witness from the state actually hurt the case, and then the witness who was supposed to strengthen the case may have just exposed the state's sloppiness in the case? And with witness after witness failing to deliver for the state, is the jury actually starting to finally lose faith in their ability to prove this entire RICO case? And if the jury has to keep erasing moments out of their mind and clearly being instructed to leave things out, ask yourself this: is there a way that the state can prove this case beyond reasonable doubt? Let's dig. Did the prosecution drop the ball enough for them to toss out this entire case? In my personal opinion, I don't think that's going to happen when it's left up to the state. Now, the judge and the actual defense have definitely been going back and forth trying to see if this actual mistrial will be granted. But in my personal opinion, I think they need to take this trial and continue pushing it all the way, just in case it's another play from the state. Man, y'all jump in the comments, let me know y'all's thoughts. Was this an error? Are they going to free them boys? Tap that notification bell so you'll get the drop whenever we drop. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Definitely tap that like button, whether you did it at the beginning or did it at the end. Just make sure that you hit that notification bell so you'll always be subscribed when I tap in. I'm your host, Jay, and until next time, remember, the greater the weight, the harder the fall. The life you save might be your very own. Until next time, gone.